So today is 22nd of July 2023, and it happens to be the 70th anniversary of St. John's School. It's a Deba, and so all the old students came around. Other stakeholders are here, the student body here, and we're all having a good time. There's one important thing which bothers me, and so since I came around, I said I should probably take advantage and then have interaction with our students who are engaged in the National Math and Science Quiz. Everyone knows that the National Math and Science Quiz is the pride of every school, especially when you have a science department. Everyone would want to participate and then do well, not just to participate. Over time, we have seen St. John's performance at the National Math and Science Quiz. For me personally, I am not impressed. In 2019, we went to the quarterfinals, but I believe that we can still do better. So I am trying to get a better understanding of what is happening, what we can do, what we haven't done, and then how we can all put ourselves together to improve our performance in the National Math and Science Quiz. So when I came around, I saw this facility, the St. John's Center for Advanced Math and Science Studies. I went in, I interacted with some of the students, and then I get the understanding that this has been set up to help our students do better in the National Math and Science Quiz. So we're going to go in there once again, and then probably I'll get some of the students who are into the National Math and Science Quiz. Now, I am doing this so that the old students who sit back, watch TV when the competition is going on, if probably there's something that we don't understand, the students have peculiar challenge that we don't know, probably this will give us opportunity to understand the challenges the students are facing, and then we can know what we can do to help support our students. So we're getting in. First of all, I'm happy that we have a facility that has been dedicated to students who are into the National Math and Science Quiz. When I was on campus, we didn't have this. So I think it's a step in the right direction, and then kudos to the school administration. But we feel more has to be done because we want to do better, right? Okay, so let's go in and then see if we can find a student who is part of the team, a student who has been part of the team, and then we can interact with him and then see how the whole challenge has been going, or if there is a challenge which all of us can find a solution to it, we can do that. So I am seeking to find out the challenge our participants in the National Math and Science Quiz have, what is kind of making it difficult for us to get to the stage that we want, probably final and then getting the trophy. So he is a student who is currently part of the National Math and Science Quiz team, and then my brother here has participated in the competition way back in 2019. All right, so I'll let him introduce himself. I'll come back here and then we start the conversation. Your name?
Augustine Kwanzaa.
Okay. Then you participated in the 2019 competition?
Yes, please.
What's your name?
Nana Afinye Sando.
Okay. You are currently part of
the team, the quiz team.
Okay. Now, what has actually been the challenge of the St. John's National Maths and Science Quiz team? Of course, you participated in the competition way back in 2019 and you went to the quarterfinals. Probably you could have done better. What happened?
Okay, so I actually think it all boils down to the human resource, of course, because if you're not getting the right resource in terms of human, you actually can't get what you are looking for. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that if you are getting students who are not good as compared to the students being admitted in the other schools, you actually can't compare yourself to them in matter of academics, because you could train them, they're also training. But then if you have two students who are 1-1 or 1-0, and you train one to be 5 and you give the same 5 to other one, the one go to 6, the one you go to 5, so you still can't compete with them. So I think the human resource, and also
so human resource, you are looking at the quality of students that come in here.
Yes. So the quality of students, I think some years back, St. John's was a grade B school, so that you could tell that the students coming are those who have been bounced by the grade A schools. So it means I wouldn't say the chaff, the rest of those who have been bounced comes to here. So if someone has nine ones and 8 ones, and the person is going to his grade 8. It means those who had 4, 3, and 2 ones are coming to St. John. So you could tell that the quality in terms of that can't be compared. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
So for you, it has never been a resource constraint. It has basically been on the human resource base or the quality of students that come in here, not necessarily the resource you want to use it to learn or whatever.
If you're getting the best student and you don't have the resource, you can't get this one too. Okay. Because I've realized NMSQ is like an act. It's like a skill. It's like a scripted something. If you don't train the person in the right way, then you can't get what you're looking for. So if you don't have the resource, you could get a human resource. But if you don't have the things to use to train the person, you still can't get it. Someone could be intelligent, perfect, but if you're not having the things, the bells and others for the person to train with.
So, what do you need to train to bring that quality in you? Of course, you've told me about the quality of student. Let's say the few quality students we have, then what do we do to enhance their output?
Okay, so the few, I think the training and can also be better to enhance, because they have to go through drills, proper selection process. Because I remember some years back, we were just teaching the students by their exam scores, their performance in class, and this is quite different from what you do in class, because in exam you have ample time for yourself to answer the questions at your own will. But here you have 30 seconds for calculation questions at most. So it should be like we have this kind of people. The selection should be geared towards what NMSQ requires. Yes, so that is it.
So, in terms of the selection, if you're advising the school authority, you were telling me initially it used to be your classroom performance or the examination we do at the end of the day. You are telling us that the National Math and Science quiz is kind of different. So, in that way, how should they get people into the team?
Yeah, and then for that, you could get someone who is very good, but then the willingness of the person. So what you check that it should be an open something. It should be open to all students. If you're interested in writing exams for the NMSQ team, come on board. So if 100 students are coming, you write a test for the first one to cut the number down. So we get like 50 of them. And if maybe the person could be intelligent but not willing to, the person doesn't have the passion to do it. We had many students, they are better students than us during that time, but then they still didn't get where we go to in terms of the quiz. But in class, when it comes to exams, they were better than us. It's the willingness, the passion, the skill set of the person. So taking the person through all this process, the willingness, and then how the person really want to partake in the quiz. So if you're able to do this proper selection process, you cut out the number with contest, and eventually you actually get a team that you want, maybe 10, 8 or something.
I see. So we shouldn't just focus on the classroom work where students are performing. They should have the willingness ready to sacrifice and then do what it entails to ensure that we do better with the National Math and Science quiz. Okay. Nana, you were part of the recent quiz where GSTS knocked you?
Yes, please.
You people, why? Why should GSTS knock us? Why? What happened? I've been told that during the trial competition, you guys knocked them and then blah, blah, blah. What happened? What's the challenge?
One thing I've learned about NMSQ is that on the outside, you think the competition is meant to test your intelligence, your IQ, your intellectual quotient. But once you sit down and once the contest starts, it also tests how well you can manage your emotions. Because after, say, you get a question wrong and your opponent speaks it as a bonus, there are certain emotions that run through. After the crowd of your opponents scream, there are certain emotions that run through. So how you're able to manage it, it's not just testing the intelligence.
I see. So you feel that at a point in time you were unable to manage your emotions?
We weren't emotionally intelligent. We weren't able to manage our emotions.
Are you not being taught as part of a team? Some of these things do happen. So I'm sure that those who are guiding you probably take you through emotional intelligence and how to be stable at a point where you even get a question wrong and then all that.
Yes, sometimes they take us through, but up to the point, sometimes they teach, but it's up to you how well you can adapt to it, how well you can learn fast. And some Someone like me, I wasn't able to pick it fast, but this contest has helped me learn how to manage it. And upon watching all the regional championships, I think I know how it can be done.
Did you sometimes feel that the way other students are being taught in other schools, it's probably different from how you guys have been prepared when you speak to some of your colleagues in other schools? Are they per the methodology? Is there any different? Is there any difference?
That was what we thought initially, but upon questions, interrogations, we found out that they learn, they go beyond their syllabus, and thanks to the old saints too, we also have those books, so we can also do that. We also go beyond the syllabus. We learn. So basically, we do the same thing that they do.
You basically do the same thing. So now there's no difference in terms of the method, the preparation, and all that. All you're saying is there's no difference.
There's no difference.
See, if there's no difference, then we would have to perform, because I still can't phantom the whole 2019 quarterfinals, and then would have to come back and struggle. I feel we have everything we need. Facility. This facility used not to be here, right? I'm sure your time this wasn't here.
No, this wasn't here. I think this was an art class, if I'm right here. Okay. This was just a classroom.
How is the classroom helping you currently?
Yes, it provides us with the resources we need to actually expand our scope. And when coming to contents and concepts, we're able to learn.
So when you come here, what do you do? What do you do? Is it that you don't go to the normal class? This is a special class for the National Maths and Science Quiz team, and so this is the place where you learn. You don't go anywhere. You don't mess with the regular student. What do you do here?
Yes, and if you are here, it's assumed that you are extraordinary. And per the books here, this is what you should be learning till you complete school. You are not a regular student anymore. Now, if a regular student is supposed to be doing 1 hour, you are supposed to be doing 5 hours, something like that. So different. The environment is different.
But if you are not regular student, what that means is you're also not writing the regular exams?
We write the regular exams.
But you care about your performance in the regular exams?
Yes, because some teachers here doubt the essence of this whole class. So we prove to them that we actually deserve this, and we perform in the exams.
How did you prove to them? What were their concern? At the point in time, they felt like this wasn't helping. You should be part of the regular class?
Yes, they felt this wasn't necessary. Because we are all students here, and we are all aiming to write the WASI. So we should have the same preparation. And they sometimes they assume we get more than the regular students.
They assume that you get more than the regular student?
Yes, please.
Wow. Why would they assume that you get more than the regular student?
For that one, I don't know.
So what happens is, how are the teachers teaching you? Now there's a National Math and Science Quiz classroom. There's a regular class where English is taught, mathematics is taught, and the likes. How are you being taught?
So I think the difference between this class and the other class is that teachers are always here. From dawn to dusk, teachers are always here. Timetable they follow. Each time interval, the subject to teach. So all the core and elective, they teach.
What is the total number of the class?
12.
You are 12, just 12.
Yes, please.
And then you have all the teachers from chemistry, physics, all of them do come here.
Yes, please.
So you guys are really enjoying. You guys really have luxury here.
Yes, please.
A small size, and I'm sure everyone is performing here. Oh,
yes.
On what basis do you continue to stay in this class?
Initially, before this anniversary, we were having regular mocks. So we write at the end of every month. Yes, so they test us, and not just with the WASI syllabus. Sometimes they also go beyond the WASI syllabus. For the sake of NMSQ, they test us. So at the end of every month, there's mock we write. Because of the anniversary, it has been.
And then you finally go ahead and then write the general exams as well.
Yes, please.
And are you guys performing in the general exams?
Yes, sir.
The 12 people are all performing?
Yes, sir.
All right. let me go back to the old students who also used to be part of the National Math and Science Quiz. Of course, this issue is of concern to me and then many of the old students because we feel that St. John's have everything to do better and there shouldn't be any excuse for any of us. We would just have to do better. And so if we are not doing better, we then ask them the question, why are we not doing better? So first of all, they will be the right person to ask. What is really the challenge here? Then from this point, we can move to the school administration, probably the headmaster and some of the science teachers who are teaching them to equally find out if there is a peculiar challenge that is not making us probably lift up the trophy. And if the students tell us they have challenge, then it would have to be addressed. Okay, so per what my brother has said, now there is a bit of difference. It used to be... No, let me ask this. So what's the mode of the selection? How have you been selected to this class?
I initially write an exams and pick a maximum of... For our time, they picked 30. And then through contest, it was screened down to 12. But for the second years, they had the same exams and they were, I think, 45 were selected. And they were screened down to... 25 were selected. And they were screened down to 12. And currently, 2 Form 1s have been selected. And 47 have been selected. And very soon, to be screened down to 12.
I see. All right. Are you impressed with the mode of selection?
Yes.
Did you listen to him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Why are you impressed with the mode of selection?
Because from what they are doing, you could tell that there's a proper pattern and there's a better selection process. Because as compared to our time, as I said earlier, you could tell that it was just based on what we were doing in class, and then in a way the number was quite irregular, or should I say we didn't actually know what we were doing. But I think now they've put in much effort, and I'm really impressed. And they say, to whom much is given, much is expected. So
all students is telling you that they used not to have this facility. It's also used not to be that mode of selection. But now you guys have a more formal way of being selected. They went to the quarterfinal way back in 2019. And then you guys, regional means so it means more is expected from you. I know you've qualified, but the regional competition, you guys were knocked out, right?
Yes, we were knocked out, but we were also invited for the regional championship because we were runner-ups. So because they had all the qualifiers before the championships, they decided to call the runner-ups for the championship, but we weren't allowed. We went.
If there is something that has to be done, or if there is any new thing that has to be introduced to make the team better, because all the old saints are expecting that St. John should do better in the National Math and Science Quiz, and we're ready to support you. So if there is anything new that has to be added on, what should that be?
I think there was one thing that a certain old saint taught us. He said when you go to the schools like Presec and Prempe, it's like a culture that they pass down. So the old students come in and they pass down what they had, the experience they had, they share the experience. And if it is supposed to continue, then I think St. John's would be great in NSMQ.
You see, so you want the old student to still come back and then do what for you?
They share their experience,
okay.
How the feeling was, how they were to manage their emotions,
okay.
And also what they had to learn, to get to where they go to.
Are they coming to
Yes.
share with you?
Yes.
So now you have everything. Now, like it's more or less like now you don't have any excuse. You don't have to be beaten.
Yes.
Do you get intimidated sometimes by some of the schools?
For this region, no school has intimidated us.
Okay.
Yes, but when we do trials with these schools in Accra, sometimes we get intimidated. And also Cape Coast schools, we get intimidated. But this year, we had trial contests with them. And
With which schools?
Adesadel, Presec, Mfantipim, Holy Child. Also had with University Practice and others.
And what was the outcome? What was the performance of St. John's?
We performed well.
I don't need well. What was the performance?
Okay. Initially, we went for trial contest at Infantsman. We met Presec and at the school in the contest, and we were second. When we were also invited 1 month later, invited to Adisado. We had contests with University Practice, Kumasi Academy, Prior So, University Practice, Fans. We beat all of them.
Are you sure they brought their best?
Yes, they brought their best.
If you've been able to beat these schools, then the Western Region schools shouldn't be a big deal for you.
Yes.
Okay, so you have said a lot, but with all these being put in place, with all that our brother, who is currently part of the team, has shared with us, what else do you need, or what else do you think they will need in order to perform? He's saying that they need some of you guys who have been in the contest to come back and share your experience with them. That's one of the things he is demanding. What do you say to that? And then what other thing would you advise to be added on?
I think what you said about we coming back to share our experiences is very key, and I'll side with him. But and what I'd also like to be done for them is that you see, this is just like a football. You all train, but then on the pitch there's always, we have 11 players on the pitch for each team, but there's always a 12-man. That's the fans. If you go to Accra and Presec is having a contest in the University of Ghana, if they get a question right, you could hear blue, and in the auditorium, what you see is only blue. And if you're an opponent, you can easily get confused. So if they're getting the people rallying behind them, I think that could also be key for them. Because if they're meeting those schools in, let's say, Presec in Accra like this, and if they are very good, if it gets to around like the speed race, they could answer questions, but then the intimidation from the supporters of the other schools could bring them down. So I think we should try and get the students on board, the old students on board, to support them wherever they're going. And since he said for this team, they are very good, and I think if we get that, we will actually see something better coming from them.
All right. So this basically gives us a perfect understanding of what is happening to the National Math and Science Quiz team here at the St. John's School. This is from the perspective of a student who is currently in the team, and then from that of a past student who has also been with a team for some time. Well, we'll end it here. The next aspect of our conversation should be with the school administration, the headmaster, and then some of the teachers who take them through the course. And then we see if there is also a challenge with the student in terms of the academia, how serious they are taking the academic lives and all that. We will try to find out and then know that aspect to find out how best we can elevate the science and math quiz group in the St. John's School so that you guys can do better and give us a better result. Now, I feel that St. John's School has the facility, everything we have. We just want to do better. When all saints are sitting behind their screens watching the National Math and Science Quiz, every St. John's student, every old saint would want to see St. John's do better. And then I think that at this part of our journey, beautiful basketball courts, music pavilion, beautiful park, beautiful stadium, beautiful dormitory, all the beautiful facilities. I think that the focus, our academic life is equally important, but we have to equally make sure that our National Math and Science Quiz is doing well. We want to see our team do better. And so this goes out to the school that the All Saints are saying we want our students to do better. So they should pay more attention to our National Math and Science Quiz team. My name is Kwame Ofe, morning show host of Spice FM 91.9. Big thank you. You go to YouTube and then check out Kwame Ofe exclusive. You find out more, and then more for you to enjoy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Mami Sankama did it day. Mami Sankama did it day, oh daddy. Hi guys, my name is Adina Thembi, and I want you to subscribe to Kwame Ofe exclusive on YouTube. Stay tuned.
All right.